Hello, y'all, and welcome back to another of the F125, my team career mode for the Booty Radio F1 team. We are at what was the season opener for several seasons, but now is round 4. We are in Bahrain in the desert, so a night race coming up. And let's take a look. Obviously, in the desert, very unlikely that we will be getting any kind of rain. Weather forecast is dry across the board. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some power unit components to make sure we're not overstressing what we've already got in there. Gearbox can change every time. Last time out, we had a decent result. P9, P10, a double points finish for the squad. So now we head over to Bahrain and see what we can get out of this one. And now let's head over into qualifying and get underway.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
All right, and here we are getting the engine turned up to where it should be. Actually, I don't think I ever turned it down, but that's fine. We recharged plenty of battery on the way. Not a great start to lap because I was a bit distracted there by the engine modes, but shouldn't be a huge miss for our first kind of banker lap. Very early on the brakes. In fact, there's a lot more grip out there than I thought. Just means we've got plenty of opportunity to improve even on the second run when the tires are worn. Heading on down to turn 4. Decent overtaking opportunity. A bit of a tricky exit as you crest the hill. The back end loves to get light. Now we're through the single file section, running through these sweepers. A good little lunge out and dive position early in the race is this sharp right-hand hairpin. Just make sure you get that car rotated up over the hill. And then this tricky combination turns 9 and 10. Very easy to lock up that front left tire on the way into the sharpening corner. Now, just a little bit further to go. Little DRS blast. Not really going to affect too many moves on that unless you can get an absolutely mega launch off of turn 10, which usually only happens if you have crazy good tire advantage. Ooh, we're a bit wide there of turn 12 or 13, but only technically 2 corners left to go, but it's really just one. So a right-hander, and there's a teeny bit of a kink there. So on the power. DRS open for the last bit, and across the line, 28.656, which is a little quicker than we did in practice, but you can see we are quite a ways off of Lando Norris up at the front. We slid down to the bottom part of the order after our first run. There's plenty of time to be found, though, so as usual, we're on the used set of tires for this second run. Let's see if we can't get ourselves on a little bit better of a lap time here. Okay, a couple of tenths found in the first couple of corners. A little deep there. Car rotated for turn 10. On the power, DRS open. There we go, found about a tenth through that corner. See if we can continue to gain through the last couple of bits. Car really washed and didn't want to turn too much through there. We're quite wide of the apex here in turn 13 last time. Much better this time. Big gain here. Let's make sure we got enough battery to get across the line before the end here. Car brake, rotated, in the 4th gear on the power. We're going to find right about 7/10, almost 3/4 of a second. Not a bad lap. Jumps us ahead of our teammate and up into provisional P9. And here we go, run number 3. Sitting provisional P9, I would expect some improvement from the cars behind though. So let's try and make sure we get as good of a lap in and qualify as well as we possibly can. A little bit of time found in the first sequence. Cleaner run through turn 4 will help us out. Pretty much right on the limit there. Ooh, bit of a lockup on the way to turn 10. That's going to cost us a little bit of time. You can see the wheel spin as well as we just got on the power a little early. Improving, but losing time. Shuffled down to 10th now. Drivers are starting to cross the line. '11th, still ahead of our teammate. His lap is finished. Gonna find about 4 tenths, a little less than that because of the battery running down, about 3.5 tenths. And that does get us up into P8. Not a bad starting position.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the pace out front is nuts. I mean, 1:25.7, like, we're 1.8 seconds off. I mean, he's got a second to P5. In fact, the Mercedes are almost a full second clear because Senna is the first non-Mercedes and he's 0.9 back. So Mercedes looking very quick. Leclerc with a 5-place penalty, I think will put him 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just behind us. So we'll be up a position thanks to that.
We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Piastri, Max Verstappen, and Martins, Gasly, Leclerc, Tsunoda, and Carlos Sainz, Pierce, Lawson, Ayrton Senna and Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Bortoletto, Jack Doohan and Isaac Hadjar, Behrman, Albon, Stroll and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We've got a good chance of matching our results from the last race here. Let's make sure we get the result we deserve.
All right, let's see what we've got on strategy. I think last year we went for the one stop and it was pretty painful. Like, do we dare, what, soft, medium, medium? What does that look like if we do, in fact, do said strategy? I'm thinking, yeah, medium, hard is probably the move. Car's in a better spot than it was last year, but I don't know. Do I trust it, or do we just go ahead and rock with the two-stop strategy? Because what we're looking at, if we go soft, medium, medium, we're looking at, let's see, where's it? There, 9, 10, 10. So we're looking at 4450 versus soft, hard, medium, in which case we can probably go, it's a little slower. I still think the two-stop is the move. But what we're going to do is we're going to go medium, medium, soft. Oh, that's not what I want. I think medium, medium, soft is the best choice. Fuel level that we need is 54.9. 55 flats, 54.99. Yeah, I think it told us to do the one stop last season, and it was just absolute pain at the end of the run. Let's just go for the two stop this time. I don't think we're really going to be competing much with the cars ahead because they're so much quicker. So we'll just go with the two stop and deal with cars behind us. Here come the red lights. We are on the medium tires, so we are surrounded by people on softs. Fair bit of wheel spin on the launch, but a good launch nonetheless. Ooh, contact from the McLaren, who's pushed us up over the curb. I think we will have just about avoided damage. Much like Japan last time out, we're running that kind of hardest compounds in the Pirelli range, so getting the front tires up to temperature is harder, you know, to do it on the formation lap. We will get there relatively quickly, but under pressure from Verstappen already. Then we got slow-moving cars ahead of us. Antonelli and Piastri fighting it out. Unfortunately, no real way through between them. Well, let's see if we can't get stuck in, at least with this pack, for a little while. Ooh, and there's that understeer. Here comes a straight line speed. We're going to hold the outside. Because it'll turn to the inside. We do just manage to hold DRS. I don't expect to stay with Antonelli and his DRS for very long. But he's on the hard tire, so we'll do what we can. We'll stay just about in it. Struggling with the final corner on high fuel at the moment. We're just not quite going to have the battery to fight off Verstappen too much longer. That's okay. I think we can stay right here. His soft tires will start to degrade pretty quick, I think. Teammates got some work to do to get back into the points. It's going to be important to try and hold DRS, otherwise I think we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Question is, did we manage to get it, or are we in trouble? The answer is, we did manage to get it, which is fantastic. Yeah, this is what I was expecting. In practice, the race sim laps, it wasn't so significant, the rear tire fall off, but in the race, it's absolutely massive how fast the rear tires are falling off. Which is going to be a surefire two-stop. I mean, we're 4 laps in and we're at 23%. On the high wear tire. And then we're going to lose to Gasly this time by. We're not really going to fight his overtake, because look at that momentum he's got. Soft tires, interestingly enough, seem to be hanging on really well for the AI. For now, I've got just about enough DRS help to stay alive. Only a couple laps away from the first pit stop of the race. But I can definitely feel these rear tires sliding a lot. Yeah, 42% on the left rear. Gotta take a long way around the outside. Gonna go defensive early. We're able to get back to the racing line relatively safely ahead of him. So we had about enough battery to cover it off. Let's see if we can make just a little bit of space now, because his soft tires have definitely died. The McLaren Obviously much stronger in its tires than what we would expect from the Alpine. Of course, we've got our own problems to deal with. Like just trying to maintain this position. A little bit of clean air to work with. I think he should be, if he's on the soft tires, in this lap, so. Let's try and push a bit, not allow him to get ahead of us. He'll get DRS down the main straight if he stays out, in which case we're kind of stuck, but no, he's peeling in. However, the McLaren of Senna is staying out, and we do not have any battery to fight him.
And that's Joshua in the pits. Joshua in the pits now.
We should be in this lap, though. Onto the mediums again. It looks like the McLaren has basically said no to tire degradation and is not allowing it to happen. Because even a set of soft tires, he is gapping me relatively quickly. Two Mercedes out front at the moment. Good clean entry into the pits. Let's make sure we have a good stop from the team here. A little bit of a slow stop. It's not world-ending, but it definitely doesn't help. We probably could have fought with the Sauber and the Alpine. Ooh, that's Gasly, who's a one-stopping. Okay, maybe. Well, maybe. He's on the hard tire. Both of them are on the hard tire, Bortoletto and Gasly. Go up the inside. We've got the fresh tires, so it makes that move a bit more possible. I think Bortoletto started on those hards, so they're pretty worn at this stage. Driver in front.
Gasly's ahead of you. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are just one lap old. We think they've got one more stop. Time last lap, 1 minute 54.3.
Okay, got a strong run on him. Fair amount of wheel spin on the exit of turn one there, nearly looped the car there. I think Hulkenberg probably also on his starting set of tires as well. Driver in front.
And that's Hulkenberg ahead of you now. And the time last lap, 1:34.7. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining.
There's 2 more stops for him. Gasly and Tsunoda fighting behind. Just kind of hoping for the DRS there. You know, Tsunoda's going to be attacking, as is Leclerc. And here comes Yuki. On one hand, I don't want to fight Tsunoda too hard. On the other hand, Gasly's kind of in that train as well, so. Okay, I'm fine with Tsunoda getting by me here. Even Leclerc, I'm not too worried about it. Problem is they're fighting each other. And I think that's going to bring Gasly into play. Up the inside of Tsunoda. Let's go ahead and make his life a little difficult. Okay, no DRS now. We've lost Leclerc there, so. I think this time Tsunoda will get us. Not quite. Okay, now he'll clear us. Let's make sure we get in the slipstream. Now, attached to Tsunoda, let's try and build this gap to Gasly. Nearly missing the break point is not going to help that. Unfortunately, what that does is it gives Gasly DRS. It wouldn't put him in a position to overtake me, but it just gives him that extra speed down the straights that we don't really want him to have. Not what I need. Okay, we're into the pit lane. Gasly stays out. So I guess he's not two-stopping. He's got to be just going for the one-stop. So we're going to have some work to do to try to get back into the points, I think. Good stop. So I don't think we're going to have the distance or the speed to catch up to a Yuki Tsunoda who is on fresh hards. Granted, we are on 2 steps better tires, but they're just a much faster car than us. So the idea now is that we hope that Gasly's got to come in and not get those hards to the end. And he is. Now we push hard. Just coming out of their box now. We should beat them to the pit exit, which we have done. And he's on another set of soft tires. 3 seconds the margin, 3.8. We're up into P9. Need to keep these soft tires in for long enough to not lose all the time. And so far, we're not off to a great start. I think with this many laps left, there's not a whole lot of hope of being able to hold him off naturally. The Alpine has just had better tire management throughout this entire race. And yeah, here's where he's going to get by me. I am not going to spend the battery to fight this one, because I think he's just earned it. My goal, though, is going to be to stay close enough to challenge him down into turn 1. The idea is I need to stay close to him this lap. That's what's important. If I can stay close to Gasly this lap, I'll have the opportunity to get him down into turn 1 on the final lap. It's going to be all about this middle sector here. Yellow flags up ahead. That's one of the Mercedes out. Lando with another retirement on the season. this is it. Burn battery, set it up, set up the move. Go around the outside. I think we were just behind at the last TRS detection as well. Got him kind of boxed to the outside. Do not let him get the up and under. Very low traction on the exit. Need to defend like crazy. He's got a good 2 more attack opportunities. That's one of them. Last is where they're really strong down the final little run here. So I just need to get as good of an exit as I can. Break the toe immediately. Back to the racing line. He's not there. We've got just enough battery to dash to the line, and we somehow managed to stay ahead of Gasly. Had to really think that one through.
Of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Whew. Well, with like 2 or 3 laps there, I didn't think I was going to be able to get back past him, but alas, we did.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. But there can only be one on the top step. Your number 1, Max Verstappen. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Joshua just missed out on the points that time, but man, that's another big hit for Lando Norris. I think that's like his 3rd DNF of the season, or 2nd DNF already of the season in 4 races. But as you kind of expect it, you've got McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull. This time, since one of the Mercedes went out, everybody kind of moves up a spot, but very much those last spots. I mean, shoot. We're in the near 31s and they're in the mid 30s. Gasly was lapping quick. Gasly was very fast today. And he was a challenge. Let's take a look at the standings. We are now up into 11th place as we move ahead of Oliver Behrman. Joshua Pierce still in 14th there. And we are just now 4 points back of Haas in the Constructors' Championship. But let's save the race replay and head back to HQ. Oh, delayed research right off it. Are we still... Yeah, we'll take a look at Paul Aaron. We'll keep him on the list. I think Joshua's going to be kind of out of budget at the end of this season. He's only looking at 2.7, fan rating 3, so we could sign him pretty much right away. We'll let the season progress, and we're very early, obviously. But I think Joshua's probably going to be too expensive for us overall. Very short turnaround to the next race, so as usual, we'll do just the fan outreach. Check the messages. Yeah, rivalry up to... they've scored a point. Now a 10-point gap, but we need to get to 30 points for that one to end. I think we're pretty much locked in on research and development. Didn't we just have a research failure? Or are we going to have a research fail? We're going to have a research fail. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so nothing doing there. What about facility improvements? 2 of 2, 2 of 2. Almost done with a corporate improvement, so we will get that running quick, but let's advance.
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.
Cool, we got some learning to do. What do we got here? I'm never going to try and downsize. Let's go with, what do we got here? Reduced negative impacts. Yeah, I like that. And what else do we have? Nice. Completed an engineering expansion. Ooh, does that let us... Does let us do some more developments. Yay! Let's keep things cranking. And some more developments. Do we need to assign any upgrades? Sorry. Nope, we are good because we're doing double developments now. We've moved relatively clear of the V-carb. Alpine's still hanging with us, though. That's kind of surprising. Let's take a look at the progress. We're continuing to upgrade, so we're getting into kind of that no man's land. Red Bull flattening out, but Max Verstappen still doing significant work. V-carb also big jump up in the last race. Well, we have Saudi coming up next, which is a typically pretty strong track. Component management. I'm going to try to not forget about Joshua's components. For example, that engine. Kaput. That's fine. Those are all okay. We are going to round 5, so we'll put gearbox 5 in for him. We'll try and be better about remembering his management before the ends hit. What else do we have here? Some more research expansion. I don't need research expansions at the moment. Let's just start working our way. Yeah, that's the shortest time. And we've got another one ready here. These are starting to get long time, eh? 32 days. Let's get that going as well. So improvements are all wound up and ready to go. We'll take a quick look and see if we can mess with the car and be right back and get ready to close this episode out. Okay, no changes to the car. We did unlock a different Luna, L-U-G-N-A, whatever they're called. Decal, but it didn't really work with delivery, so it will wait for later. But as you can see, we're headed to round 5 and the Jeddah circuit in Saudi Arabia next time out. Thank you all for joining me once again as we continue to roll our way through Season 2. It seems like it's going to be an interesting kind of middle-of-the-pack grind in the second season. But who knows? Maybe some big developments and we can start fighting for podiums and race wins. Realistically, might be Season 3 by the time we see that, but it should be a fun battle, just trying to keep up with those front cars this time around. I will catch you guys next time. Y'all have a fantastic one. Peace.